Many people do not realize that there are eyes watching them in the spirit realm, eyes that follow them not for good, but to monitor, to delay, and to block every move they make. You may have felt it before, that sense that nothing you do goes unnoticed, that every time you rise, something unseen pulls you back down. This is not your imagination. These are what I call monitoring spirits, invisible forces that watch like jealous enemies waiting for the moment to strike. When such spirits fix their gaze on you, your life feels like it is under constant surveillance. Doors that should open easily remain closed. Relationships that should blossom suddenly collapse, and money that should multiply slips away. It is as if someone somewhere is observing your steps, and as soon as you try to advance, they step in to block your path. Their work is to keep you trapped in circles of delay and frustration, and they succeed only when you remain unaware. But today, I am here to reveal a powerful prophetic act that blinds these monitoring spirits instantly. It is simple, it is safe, and it carries deep spiritual authority. By washing your eyes with this remedy, you are not merely cleansing the physical body, but declaring in the spiritual realm that your sight belongs to God, not to evil watchers. This act shuts down every evil gaze and cuts off the invisible surveillance that has been limiting your progress. Imagine for a moment a house with windows wide open at night. Anyone walking by can look inside and see everything happening. That is what life looks like when monitoring spirits are watching. But the moment you shut the windows and draw the curtains and declare no entry, those on the outside are left blind and powerless. This is exactly what happens when you prophetically wash your eyes. You close spiritual windows and make the enemy blind. So many people have been struggling for years, fighting battles that seem endless, not because they are weak, but because unseen eyes are monitoring their breakthroughs. The enemy knows that once you are free from his gaze, nothing will stop your destiny. That is why this prophetic act is not just symbolic, it is a weapon of warfare. When you take it seriously, you will notice immediate changes in your peace, your focus, and your spiritual clarity. Today marks the end of spiritual surveillance in your life. No more hidden watchers peeping into your destiny. No more evil eyes tracking your steps. As you perform this ritual, monitoring spirits will stumble, fall, and lose their grip over your life. You will walk forward unseen by the enemy, covered and hidden under divine light. This is your moment of freedom, and it begins with the simple act of washing your eyes prophetically. Monitoring spirits are like spiritual spies assigned to track a person's life. They do not simply watch, they collect information, follow patterns, and report back to sources of evil so that attacks can be timed perfectly. They can manifest as constant bad luck, repeated patterns of failure, or sudden setbacks just when breakthrough is near. This is why you can feel as if you are doing everything right, and yet something invisible keeps blocking you because someone in the spirit realm is watching and plotting. In many families, people notice the same cycles. No one rises beyond a certain level. Every engagement ends before marriage, or money disappears just as it arrives. These patterns are not coincidence. They are evidence of unseen surveillance. The spirits watch your progress and set traps to make sure the same struggles continue from one generation to the next. Until that gaze is broken, life feels like running but never reaching the finish line. Monitoring spirits also use people as instruments. Someone who seems harmless may constantly appear wherever you go, or someone online may always be the first to view your posts, yet never support you. Sometimes it's not the person, but the spirit using them as a window into your life. This is why prophetic acts that close spiritual access points are so important. They shut down the invisible cameras feeding your information to the enemy. These spirits operate through envy, witchcraft, and generational curses. They are not random. They are assigned to delay destinies. They see opportunities before you do and position obstacles to block them. But once you close your spiritual eyes to them and open your spiritual sight to God, their assignments collapse. They can no longer track what they cannot see. You may have noticed that your dreams sometimes feel like someone is watching you or following you. That is not an accident. Monitoring spirits also attack in dreams to keep your spiritual vision dim. They introduce confusion, fear, and distractions, so you cannot discern God's instructions. This is why cleansing your eyes prophetically is not just a ritual, but a restoration of your spiritual clarity. When your spiritual sight is restored, your discernment sharpens. You begin to sense danger before it arrives, recognize traps before you step in them, and see opportunities the enemy tried to hide. That is the power of breaking surveillance. It is like suddenly realizing you were in a dark room, but someone turned on the light. Everything that was hidden becomes visible, and everything tracking you becomes blind. This is the moment you take authority back. By preparing the prophetic eye-washing remedy and following the steps prayerfully, you are telling every monitoring spirit, enough. My sight is consecrated, your gaze is cut off, and your power is broken. It is not just an act. It is a spiritual declaration that your life is no longer an open book to the enemy. The eyes are more than just organs of sight. They are windows of the soul and gateways to the spirit. Everything you take in through your eyes influences your heart, your thoughts, and even your destiny. This is why evil forces target the eyes, not just your physical vision, but your spiritual perception. When your spiritual eyes are compromised, you may still see physically, but remain blind to the traps and opportunities in the spirit realm. In the natural, your eyes help you navigate safely. Without clear sight, you stumble, take wrong turns, and risk danger. The same is true spiritually. When your spiritual eyes are clouded, you cannot discern who is truly for you or against you. People may smile at you, yet plot your downfall. Opportunities may be wrapped in deception, but with clear spiritual vision, you navigate life with wisdom, clarity, and protection. Throughout history and in countless testimonies, people have described moments when their eyes were opened, not physically, but spiritually. Suddenly, they understood a situation, recognized a hidden enemy, or received divine instructions. That is the power of spiritual sight. It gives you foresight and hindsight that others lack, and it shields you from being manipulated by forces you cannot see. When you prophetically cleanse your eyes, you are not simply washing away dust. You are symbolically washing away spiritual blindness, confusion, and infiltration. You are declaring that your vision is no longer a playground for the enemy. You are telling the unseen world that your perception belongs to God, and every evil eye trying to monitor you will be blinded. Many people suffer unnecessary losses because their spiritual sight has been dimmed. They cannot tell when an opportunity is a trap, when a person's kindness is a disguise, or when an idea is sent to derail them. But once the eyes of your spirit are cleansed, discernment flows naturally. You become sensitive to danger and alert to blessings. This is why the prophetic eye-washing remedy is so powerful. It reclaims your spiritual gateway. Think of it like cleaning a window covered with dirt. From inside, you cannot see out clearly, and from outside, everything looks blurred. But once you clean it, light floods in and your view becomes sharp. That is what happens when you wash your spiritual eyes. The fog lifts and clarity replaces confusion. It is not superstition, but a prophetic action backed by faith and intention. This act also sends a message to every monitoring spirit. Their link to your life has been cut. They cannot follow what they cannot see, and they cannot harm what is hidden. Your eyes become guarded windows, sealed by divine protection. That is the authority you step into when you prepare for this ritual. Begin by setting aside a quiet space where you will not be interrupted. This prophetic act is more than a simple physical action. It is a moment of spiritual warfare and alignment. Prepare your mind and heart by breathing slowly and calling on the presence of God. As you do this, picture every hidden watcher losing sight of you, their plans unraveling as you step into divine protection. Take a clear glass or bowl and fill it with fresh water. If possible, use spring water or boiled and cooled water to symbolize purity. As the water settles, whisper over it, "This is not ordinary water." It becomes a tool of cleansing and restoration in my life. The purity of the water represents the clarity you are about to reclaim. Add a pinch of salt to the water. Salt has long been a symbol of preservation, covenant, and purification. As you drop it in, say, "As this salt dissolves, every monitoring spirit assigned to me dissolves and disappears." Watch the salt disappear into the water, and let it remind you that hidden contamination is being neutralized. Now add a few drops of olive oil into the same water. Olive oil represents anointing and divine empowerment. As it floats on the surface, declare, "As this oil rests upon the water, God's anointing rests upon my sight. My eyes will see what he wants me to see, and every evil eye is blinded." The mixture is now consecrated for your prophetic act. Lift your hands over the bowl and pray aloud. Invite God to bless the water and transform it into a shield of protection. Speak words of authority like, "I command every evil watcher to lose their power over my life. My sight is washed, my destiny is hidden, and my path is clear." This spoken prayer sets the tone for what follows. Dip the tips of your fingers into the water and gently touch your closed eyelids. Do not put the water into your eyes. This is a prophetic, symbolic act. As you touch your eyelids, imagine layers of spiritual fog peeling away and your inner vision brightening. Say, "My spiritual sight is cleansed. I am invisible to the enemy and visible only to God." Repeat the touching of your eyelids 3 times. The number 3 symbolizes completeness and divine agreement. Each time you do it, strengthen your declaration. First touch, the watchers are blinded. Second touch, my eyes are open to God's direction. Third touch, my path is sealed under his protection. Let these words flow from your heart with conviction. After this, dip your finger in the olive oil that floats on top of the water and place a small dot on your forehead between your eyes. This is your seal. As you anoint yourself, say, "I am hidden under divine light. No evil eye can find me. My vision is protected and my destiny is secured." Feel the oil as a tangible mark of your new spiritual status. Stand still for a moment with your eyes closed, breathing deeply. Visualize chains breaking, windows closing, and dark eyes turning away. See yourself walking forward unseen by the enemy, but guided by divine light. This visualization strengthens the effect of your prophetic act. Finally, pour out the remaining water somewhere clean, like at the base of a tree or down a drain, while declaring, "As this water leaves my hands, every monitoring spirit leaves my life. As it flows away, their power is gone forever." This completes the prophetic washing and releases you into freedom. When you open your eyes afterward, expect clarity. Pay attention to your dreams, your thoughts, and your interactions over the next few days. Many people report a new sense of peace, direction, and protection after performing this ritual. It is not magic. It is faith in action, using a simple physical act to declare a powerful spiritual truth. There are people who have shared their experiences after performing similar prophetic acts, and their testimonies reveal just how powerful this kind of spiritual washing can be. One woman said she constantly felt watched and uneasy, as if her every step was being monitored. She struggled with relationships breaking suddenly and businesses collapsing overnight. But when she cleansed her eyes prophetically, she noticed an immediate release. The heaviness lifted. Peace filled her heart, and those unsettling feelings of being watched disappeared. Another testimony came from a man who had been facing constant delays in his work. Every time he was about to close a deal, something strange happened, and it fell apart. He later realized he was dealing with spiritual surveillance that kept cutting off his blessings at the last minute. After performing the eye-washing act, he reported that new doors opened within days. Clients who had gone silent called back, and opportunities began flowing as if invisible barriers had been removed. Some people describe a transformation in their dreams after doing this act, where before they saw shadows watching them, strange eyes following, or even familiar faces appearing to observe them. Suddenly, those dreams stopped. Instead, they began seeing visions of light, open roads, and divine guidance. This shift in their dream life was a clear sign that their spiritual sight had been restored and evil monitoring had been cut off. There are also testimonies of restored confidence. People who used to walk in fear, always second-guessing themselves, suddenly felt boldness and clarity return. They stopped feeling as though they were under constant judgment and instead walked with assurance that they were covered. This newfound confidence was not just psychological. It was spiritual freedom manifesting in daily life. One person even shared that they stopped receiving unwanted attention from envious people. It was as if the evil eyes that had been fixed on them could no longer locate them. Those who used to pry into their affairs lost interest, and peace was restored. That is the hidden blessing of blinding, monitoring spirits. Not only are you protected, but unnecessary battles disappear. These testimonies show that this act is not empty ritual. It is a prophetic activation. When you step into it by faith, the spiritual realm responds. Just as light instantly scatters darkness, so does this prophetic cleansing scatter every evil gaze. What you believe and declare while doing it becomes the seed of your breakthrough. That is why, as you prepare to perform this act, you must engage your heart fully. Do not treat it as a routine, but as a declaration of war against every evil watcher. See it as the moment you step out of spiritual surveillance and into divine covering. The testimonies you have heard can also become your own if you do it with faith and intention. Now that you understand the power behind this prophetic eye-washing act, it is time to seal it with a strong prayer. Close your eyes and lift your hands where you are. Take a deep breath and begin to call on the presence of God. Imagine a great light surrounding you, shielding you, and blinding every evil watcher assigned against your life. This is your moment of spiritual authority. Speak it out with conviction. Pray aloud. My Father, my eyes belong to you. Every evil eye assigned to monitor me is blinded. Every spiritual surveillance over my life is destroyed. As I have washed my eyes prophetically, my spiritual sight is restored. My destiny is hidden, and my path is protected. Let each word flow like fire from your mouth. Declare 3 times, my eyes are open to God's will and closed to every evil watcher. With each declaration, picture invisible chains breaking, windows closing, and dark eyes losing their grip over your life. Feel the shift in the atmosphere as your words take effect. Now speak directly to the unseen forces. Every monitoring spirit assigned to me, lose your power now. Your link is broken, your gaze is darkened. You can no longer follow me, my family, my finances, or my destiny. I walk hidden under divine light. This is not a whisper. This is a decree. Seal your prayer with thanksgiving. Say, thank you, Father, for cleansing my spiritual sight. Thank you for hiding me from the eyes of the enemy. Thank you for giving me discernment to walk in safety, prosperity, and wisdom. Gratitude anchors your breakthrough. Finally, Remain still for a moment. Breathe deeply and feel the peace that follows warfare. Imagine yourself walking forward free from spiritual surveillance, unseen by evil eyes, but fully visible to divine favor. This is your new reality. Your eyes washed, your vision clear, your path protected. As you finish this prophetic act, remember that you have stepped into a new realm of freedom. Your spiritual sight has been cleansed, your discernment sharpened, and every evil eye assigned to monitor you has been blinded. This is not a one-time moment, but a doorway into a lifestyle of protection and clarity. Walk boldly in this new reality, knowing you are covered. Now keep your spiritual eyes open and your heart attentive. Watch how situations that once felt blocked suddenly open, how relationships once sabotaged begin to flourish, and how your peace deepens. These are the signs that the prophetic act has taken effect and that God's covering is over you. Document these changes so you can testify and encourage others. Share this revelation with someone who may be struggling with the same invisible battles. Every time you share, you are not just spreading information but extending freedom. Encourage them to watch, to pray, and to perform this prophetic act with faith. When one person's eyes are opened, their entire household can be set free. Stay connected to teachings and prayers that strengthen your spirit. Keep building your life on faith, purity, and intentional prophetic actions. This way, monitoring spirits will never regain their grip on your life. You become like a city hidden under divine light, protected, discerned, and unstoppable. Finally, take a moment to thank God for what He has done and to declare it publicly. Speak boldly. My eyes are washed. My sight is restored. I am hidden from every evil watcher and visible only to divine favor. Then encourage others to subscribe. Comment their testimonies and share the video widely so more people can experience this freedom. This is not just a ritual, it is a movement of deliverance, and you are now part of it. This revelation and prophetic act has been brought to you through Maya's Watchtower, a place where hidden spiritual truths are unveiled, practical remedies are taught, and powerful prayers are released to protect, heal, and restore destinies. As you perform this prophetic eye-washing act and share your testimony, remember that you are part of a growing community of believers who refuse to live under spiritual surveillance. Maya's Watchtower exists to guide you into light, to expose what is hidden, and to equip you with knowledge and tools for victory in every area of your life.